Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early June 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Scorpio gang in early June 2026? It is Gemini season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang. What do you got for us this week? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick. There we go. Cool. Yeah, very etheric type of energy, which I do see in the water signs often. See this lady here, it's like she's in an odd little dreamscape, which could be very good actually for a water sign. If this was like a fire sign, I'd be like, all right, that energy is a little off. But I think it actually fits for people like us with the water placements. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this lovely lady in a fetal pose or doing some sort of like meditation or yogic stance. We have the beautiful background and the water, and we have this clock and the numbers are flying off of it. So to me, I always feel like this looks like a dream to me. So I think it's important in this time, watch your dreams, especially if you're having funky ones. Maybe for some of you, you're having issues sleeping when I have a dream card out here. But what this one makes me think about is that beautiful etheric type of energy, the land of imagination, the imagination nation, right? So like any sort of creativity, getting those juices flowing, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's writing or expressing yourself, highly favored when this card shows up. It's great for ideas. It's great for thinking outside of the box or seeing things from different perspectives. So no matter what you're dealing with, this is like creative ways to work with something or creative ways to move forward. That's what I really like. Now, the only downside to this energy, since it is so much in its imagination, is that sometimes it could overthink, right? Sometimes it might be in fantasy land a little bit. Maybe your head's in the cloud a little more so than normal. But I'd say for the most part, anything creative, or make sure you're getting rest, recuperation, that's important too. And also spirituality. So we have a lot of great stuff with that card, but we're going to let her chill right there. She seems comfortable, right? Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, and we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It felt a little wild, my friends. The reading was titled An Explosive Risk. And to me, it was just like, I don't want to say someone about to pop off, but to me, the energy itself felt very risky, very like wanting to take a jump, take a leap, act before thinking. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. Watch the urge impulses. That's something I've been seeing for other signs too. Watch out for the urges, watch out for the impulses. That was something that showed up in a huge way. And it felt very risky. Felt like someone risking it for the biscuit, so to speak. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Scorpio gang. What do we got in early June, please? Thank you. Okay, Knight of Cups. That's a good card for Scorpio. It's a very, very good card for Scorpio. Power element, power card, power everything. This is a really good one. Let's get a couple more out here, and we'll start piecing it together. Don't want to get too overly optimistic already. 8 of Cups. This energy is on the move. It's like, all right, once this energy gets going, it's like a snowball going down the hill. Let's get one more. Thank you. The sun, wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Right, going from night to light. That's beautiful the way this energy plays out. So I really like the direction so far. And, I get it. I'm an optimistic reader. I'm going to try to not go overly optimistic, but with the energy this is making me feel is actually pretty damn good, whether you're a crosswatcher or a Scorpio gang. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that frames the reading, tells us how it's going to flow, and how comfortable you might be with the elements itself. And we have predominantly water, Scorpio's power element, Scorpio's power or comfort zone, right? Like, so this is all good. This is our swimming pool right here. Then we have a little bit of fire. Now, yes, fire isn't the most complementary energy for Scorpio, but Scorpio does have that co rulership by Mars. So if there's any water sign that can deal with fire, it's Scorpio. Now, when it comes to the water, that's the internal world, matters of heart, matters of emotion, things, people, situations that we're emotionally invested in, things that we actually care about. Because, when a Scorpio really cares, it's like they care forever, usually. Not always, but I like the water. It's a comfortable place. And again, whether it's partnerships, whether it's a work thing, there's a level of emotional investment. Now, a thing with the water, aside from the partnerships and all that other mushy gushy stuff, very etheric, very creative, very imaginative. It's great for the arts. So just like we saw with that very first card, it's still showing up here. The only downside with water is one, the intensity, and two, that it's always waxing and waning like the moon. It's in, it's out, it's up, it's down. And sometimes water can overwhelm us. But I mean, Scorpio's used to dealing with this energy. Now, moving to the back end, we do have fire, right? The realm of action. And I will say this, even though this is the action suit, these two water cards are action cards. So there's a lot of action. There's a lot of energetic flow. There's a lot of energetic movement here. It's not like sitting around on your hands, which is a good thing. But yeah, the fire, that's the actions we take, the actions other people take, the actions we want to take. Vitality, health, wellness, energy levels, all of that's in play with the fire. The only downside with fire is that it could be explosive, it could be volatile and unpredictable. So again, there's some ups. There's actually a lot more ups than there are downs. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we got the Knight of Cups. So again, just to mention, power element. This is also a card that could represent Scorpio. So remember, it's not gender specific. So when we clarified, it could tell something that's coming towards you or what you might be feeling. If you're connected to another water sign, could be them as well. But when it comes to knights, I always say that they're messengers, and it's also how someone's making moves and taking action. Now, normally this card is moving at the perfect pace, right? It's not going too slow, not moving too quick, kind of just letting things flow, kind of letting things unfold. And that's the one thing I really like about this Knight of Cups. Now, aside from that, it could represent you being on the right path. But as far as personality traits go, this is a smooth talker, very charismatic, Prince Charming archetype when we see the Knight of Cups. So we do like him. And again, it could be a heart to heart emotional conversation too. So the Knight of Cups is good. The only downside to the Knight of Cups is that sometimes he can flip in reverse and start suppressing things and not open up and shut things down and shut things out. So watch out. Like, there may be urges to do that with certain things, certain people. Like, I'm not letting them in, not letting anything in. I'm building this wall. So we need to see what clarifies this Knight of Cups. Sometimes it's also an energy that can play off of emotion as well. So we're just going to take a look. Now, moving to the center, we still have more action. So we start with the Knight of Cups going nice and slow and steady. And then when we get into the center with the Eight of Cups, it's like the energy speeds up a little bit, where it's like we're getting on a roll here. That's why I said, to me, it feels like a snowball going down the hill. Now we see this individual, it's nighttime, there's the moon. That does imply some mystery, the unknown, the unexpected. Walking away from 8 full cups. Why is this person walking away from those cups? Maybe they're not walking away, maybe they're walking towards something, right? That's a thing I always like to say. This isn't always just abandoning things. It's not always walking away from things. Sometimes we're moving towards other things. And when I see the Knight of Cups and this 8 moving towards the sun, it's like, whoa, we're on the right track here. That can be great. Now, this could just be neutral action. So whether it's the action someone takes, the actions you take, we do want to clarify to see what shows up. Now, in its worst case scenario, yes, this could represent giving up on something. Yes, this could represent abandoning or abandoning something. So I'm not saying that's definitely the case. To me, it just seems like that action where we have the Knight of Cups into the Eight of Cups. Oh, I'm picking up steam. I'm moving ahead. I like the forward momentum. Now, moving to the back end, we have probably the most positive card in the tarot deck, and I feel most readers would agree, we have the sun, big Leo energy if you're connected to Leo. And you see, we have the baby, the big sunshine. We got the sunflowers. To me, this represents source, energy, light, life, and love, truth, abundance, blessings, all that great stuff. So we love the sun. This is wins, victories, and blessings, best case scenario, which is really good. The sun can also represent clarity, honesty, truth, information coming to light, aha moments, eureka moments. And the only downside I always say with the sun is the intensity of it. Now, Scorpio's not afraid of a little bit of intense energy, right? But I always say, you ever get sunburned? This card could do that sometimes. So we want to see what shows up underneath it. Is it a win? Is it a blessing or a victory that is being moved towards? I feel like it could be for a lot of you, but we just want to see what this sun actually tells us once we clarify it. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Knight of Cups and see what he has for us. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Cups time. What you got for us? Oh, quick, super quick. Beautiful, beautiful. This is like unimpeded type of energy. So we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is like a weight coming off my shoulders for some reason, and I really, really do like it. You know how sometimes like you delay something or you push it off and you push it off and you push it off, and then finally you do it and you feel like a million times better? That's kind of how this feels to me. The 10 of Wands isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like when I see it in the upright, yes. Could it be a burden? Could it be very heavy energy? Absolutely, it can be, and it usually is. But it also represents determination, pushing, trying. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Knight of Cups, aside from the message I already gave, to me, it's like, I'm not going to try as hard. I'm not going to try hard at all. I'm just going to let it flow. And this is a theme I've been seeing for all water placements for weeks now, and it's still showing up here, where the best course of action is to just let something unfold. Don't rush it. Don't pressure it. It's going to do what it's going to do. So I don't want to say the path of least resistance, but maybe hands-off approach for something might be the best way. So yeah, I like the energy right here on the front end because there is a weight off my shoulders. If there are certain things you've been delaying, certain cans you've been kicking down the road, you might actually get to handling it and feel a million times better. So it's like, no, I'm not delaying anymore. I'm going to mark this off my list. So let's keep moving. Cool. Weight off the shoulders. Nice. And energy starts to flow. Let's go in on the Eight of Cups. Let's see what that has. So that's good. That's actually really good. So why is the Eight of Cups here? Thank you. Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, it's like this searching. You know, sometimes you feel like you're searching, but you don't know what you're searching for. That's kind of how this feels to me. Not to say that you're lost or anything like that, but that's just the first intuitive blast I got right here with the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, again, this could be a massive offer or opportunity coming in out of the blue, right? Because remember, this is a big mystery card. And we have the sun here, and then this one kind of emulates the sun as well. And I'm knocking the cards all over the place. But yeah, the Ace of Pentacles to me is a golden opportunity, a golden offer. Now, can this be a talk or a conversation of some kind? Yes. But to me, it feels like a surprising or unexpected offer of some kind, where it just like comes out of the blue. Where it's like, once I get into this flow state right here in the front, the energy starts doing what it needs to do. So this handoff approach is something that like seems very, very important for some reason. And I really like it. I like what we're getting here. Um, so I don't even think we need to overcomplicate it, really. Honestly, I think it's actually good where if we're really letting things flow. And the same thing I was saying about like things picking up steam or, snowball going downhill, it feels the same. It's like we release this energy, then things start picking up business. Let's go in on the sun. Let's see what the sun has, because right now I'm very much optimistic about what we're seeing. Now, when I speak about offers, that could come with work, business, and money. Offers can also be emotional offers of speaking with somebody or someone speaking to you. So there is an offer coming in out of the blue. So I guess you would have to fit that to whatever your situation is. But let's see what's going on with the sun. What's going on with the sun, please? Okay. I mean, you can't get much better than this. And it's like we're going right back to that reading we had several weeks ago that I think I called like the best reading ever. We're right up in that territory. We have the Four of Wands in the upright underneath the sun. The good old 1111 card, one of my big cards of omens, where like spirits trying to comfort you, spirits sending you signs and synchronicities, and it's just beautiful, solid, stable, sturdy, celebratory. So when we have this combination of cards, you do not get much better than that. So I will say this, even if all these beautiful, luscious energies don't magnetically make their way to you this week, to me it feels like they're already on the way, honestly. Now the Four of Wands, again, could be the omen, sign, synchronicities from spirit, especially with the sun. You might be receiving them more so than you usually do, whether it is in dreams, whether it is through numbers, you name it. There's a lot of different ways where the universe and God speak to us. So, like, when I see this combination, it's like you're being spoken to, you're being directed. So, watch for the omens. But these people are celebrating for a reason. So, when we go, like, it's kind of like getting lucky, right? Because it's like this energy isn't forcing it, it kind of lets it flow. Don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something, and then boom, the energy finds you. It like magnetically comes to you. So again, we got the wins, victories, blessings. I don't even know what damn label to put on it. What I do know is that it's good and it makes me happy, and I think it's claimable. So I would claim it, regardless of whatever the situation is you might be dealing with. Like you might not even be in this mindset right now. Things might be the total opposite of what we're seeing, but I could tell you that what we are seeing is en route. It's on the way. So beautiful stuff. I love the reading this week. It actually makes me really happy. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we start okay, right? We got the Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands in reverse. It's like I have a weight off my shoulders. I'm releasing something. I got a very specific message about finally getting around to something that you may have been delaying for a while and feeling much better for it. So I like this Ten of Wands energy in reverse underneath it, but it's also allowing things to flow, not forcing, just allowing things to do what they do. Getting into the middle, we have the Eight of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. To me, yeah, it could be a surprising, unexpected offer of some kind, absolutely, where it's like, I don't know what I'm looking for, but something comes looking for me. That's kind of what we have here on the back end. There is this searching. So for some of you, I'm not sure if it's information or it's soul searching or searching for a person. There's this energy where it's like, I'm searching for something, but what you are searching for finds you at some point. Moving to the back end, we have the sun with the Four of Wands. You don't get much better than that. Spirit and universe, they might be communicating with you a little more so than normal. So keep your eyes open for that. But yeah, what more to say than like the wins, victories, blessings? It's all here. So it's a great claimable reading this week, Scorpio. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card right at the end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. It's a very protected or protective type of energy. And the good thing about the Nine of Wands is that, again, it's territorial. You know, it's been through a lot of things and it always has its eyes open. It's a very vigilant type of energy. So for some Scorpios, that might just be the mood. Everyone knows Scorpio is very protective and normally very vigilant. That's what this card represents to me. Someone that's been through some things, they have a lot of wisdom through experience, and there's certain things that they don't want to experience again. In the good sense, though, this is a very protective, skeptical type of energy. So again, I'm not saying whether it's a person or a situation you're being skeptical about. I think it's okay. It doesn't feel bad. Now, when we get into the challenge of the Nine of Wands, this energy can absolutely be very difficult to talk to. This could be an energy where there's blockages in communication, misunderstandings, uh, one-sided conversations, stuff like that. And sometimes it could even be straight out rejection. So that's just something to watch out for. I'm not saying that you need to lock yourself up in a tower and not speak to anybody, but the Nine of Wands could be an energy that's still working through something, still healing. So Self-love, self-care, very important. So, Scorpio, please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further as well, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My June calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the June subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, the winners, which will be three, will have a choice between either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a lovely tarot deck, one of my all-time favorites, or you can choose a custom pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one do you feel represents you and your energy best? You could even pick multiple if you'd like. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab /post tab. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.